Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your national television ORTM 1. This is the time of your English program of every Saturday and Sunday. We begin this magazine by Mali News. First, top news. Tankers will no longer exceed 24 hours before custom clearance, according to instruction given by Prime Minister Major General Abdoulaye Maïga during his visit to two strategic services involved in supplying our country with fuel. COP30 in Belém, Brazil. Mali's voice is represented by the Minister of Environment, Sanitation and Sustainable Development. It's kick-off time in Ouagadougou for Digital Week. It was officially launched on Tuesday by the President of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The theme for the 2024 edition is Artificial Intelligence at the Heart of Digital Transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ORTM News. The Prime Minister, Minister of Territorial Administration and Decentralization, Major General Abdoulaye Maïga, chaired the regular meeting of the Inter-Ministerial Committee for Crisis and Disaster Management at the Prime Minister's office. The meeting was followed by a visit by the Prime Minister, head of government, to two strategic services involved in supplying our country with fuel. The Prime Minister invited them to find ways and means to ensure that tankers do not exceed 24 hours before customs clearance. Report by Mamari Kone and Angel Dambele.
With the regular meeting of the Interministerial Crisis and Disaster Management Committee reviewed the actions taken during the past week. According to the director of the National Crisis Coordination and Management Center, 330 tanker trucks arrived during the last two convoys and the supply of essential goods. The Prime Minister commended the committee members for their work before deploring the long wait in a queue at gas stations despite the efforts made. The Prime Minister called on the security forces to dismantle the parallel fuel distribution networks. Immediately after the meeting, the Prime Minister visited two strategic offices involved in supplying the country with hydrocarbons. First, he visited the Petroleum Office for the General Directorate of Customs, responsible for unloading the tankers. The head of government commended the staff for their dedication. At the Petroleum Office, they expected to do effectively their contribution. The head of the office also highlighted the significant contribution of the Petroleum Office to customs revenue. In 2025, based on a projected 235 billion of our money, the budget has already reached 238 billion of our money, representing a rate of 101.3%. The Prime Minister also visited the Malian Petroleum Products Office for the same period. This organization is responsible for marketing petroleum products and managing the national security stockpile. In the Omar courtyard, the Prime Minister witnessed the departure of several tankers which had already completed custom clearance bound for gas stations.
Lieutenant General Malik Diaw, President of the National Transition Council, received a delegation from the British Embassy and the ICRC. Discussions focus on promoting Mali as a destination, highlighting the country's potential in order to lay the foundation for dynamic cooperation for the benefit of the population of our respective countries. Report Nyanya Aliou Traoré and Angel Dambele.
Josima Figo, the ambassador of the United Kingdom, after presenting his credentials at the Presidential Palace in Kulba, paid his respects to the Speaker of the National Transitional Council, CNT. The head of the ICRC delegation was the second person received by the Speaker of CNT. The organization works to better guide policymakers in the management and care of people affected by armed conflicts and climate-related disasters. The ICRC has been active in Mali since 1961, and this meeting addresses the need to strengthen existing partnership with the support of the people's representatives. Two meetings, one stated goal to strengthen partnership to meet the needs of the people.
The Prime Minister Major General Abdoulaye Maïga received the chairman of the board of directors of Orange Mali in audience. The new chairman, Ba, came to thank the government for its constant support for Orange Mali. Prime Minister congratulated the Orange Mali team for its availability. Ba, chairman of the board of directors of Orange Mali, speaking to Mamad Kone and Angel Dambele after the meeting. Follow.
We had the honor and pleasure to meet the Prime Minister. It was a courtesy visit, so we were able to express our sincere gratitude for all the support that the Malian government and authorities provide to Orange Mali in carrying out its mission as a telecommunication operator to deploy networks. We also thanked him for his ongoing support in all our digital inclusion activities. The government's support us both in securing our sites and in facilitating deployments. It was important that we, as chairman of the board, acknowledge their support. We also discussed Orange Mali's development projects. As you know, Orange Mali invests over 70 billion of our money every year to improve network coverage and increase capacities. We were also able to announce the building of Orange Mali's new headquarters, a high-rise building representing an investment of over 30 billion of our money. Launching this project was therefore important to demonstrate our confidence in the Malian economics and its development prospects. This visit was truly a gesture of appreciation, renewing our commitment to continue investing in Mali and developing the digital ecosystem.
The AES International Entrepreneurship Fair is a strategic initiative promoting economic sovereignty, regional cooperation, and inclusive development. This statement was made this week by Prime Minister, Head of Government, at the opening of the first edition of the AES International Entrepreneurship Fair. The aim is therefore to make entrepreneurship the cornerstone of our development and young people the spearhead of this entrepreneurship. Over 4 days, visitors will discover the products and ideas of entrepreneurs from the AES region. Report by Alsen Turke and Maria Kulubali.
The AES International Entrepreneurship Fair aligns with the priorities of Mali's presidency of the Sahel Joint Force. It reflects the commitment of the AES authorities to elevate the integration of peoples to a top priority within the Confederation. The presence of several sister nations is a clear demonstration of the solidarity between our countries. The Minister of Entrepreneurship commended and honored the various delegations, entrepreneurs and investors. According to her, this edition was distinguished by the exceptional mobilization of young entrepreneurs from all regions of Mali. These entrepreneurs presented innovative and ambitious projects reflecting a national private sector committed to growth and investment. This first AES International Entrepreneurship Fair saw the participation of representatives from several countries, including Ghana. The Burkinabe Minister of Youth welcomed the fair and recommended encouraging young people to pursue entrepreneurship. Delegations from Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali are holding stands at the March 26 station in addition to the stands for exchanges, communication, and other training also taking place during these 4 days of the fair.
On the sidelines of the opening of the first edition of AES International Entrepreneurship Fair, ministers responsible for employment and entrepreneurship, as well as delegation from AES countries and Ghana, visited the CB Agri-Food Center. This multifunctional complex, located less than 50 kilometers from Bamako, specializes in agri-food processing for young people, particularly girls and women. The visitors appreciated and encouraged the training, production and processing facilities available on site. Let's follow this interview of a representative of Ghana at the microphone of Seydou Traoré and Aruna DIARRA.
It is very impressive and it's quite touching to see an institution that is dedicated to give women and girls opportunity to contribute to society and also have the kind of impact that you're having. I want to commend your government and I want to commend your most incredible, precious minister whose vision and the nation's interest is what is bringing about this kind of movement. This movement is to support the food chain, also to create employment, and also to give the young people hope that they should not think that prosperity is abroad, but the prosperity you can find in our own land. I'm impressed, highly impressed. I believe your story should not be kept to yourselves. This has to be spread throughout the Sahel region, and also your fraternal relationships within West Africa, which also can be implemented in other places. This is a statement I'm about to make. If we are considered to be a community that support each other, why not Mali lead in this kind of industrial, economic, community revival and also revolution that says that young people are future, agriculture and all the areas of production which supply and support our economies, they can take it on. I commend your works. I'm appreciative of what you've done. For me, coming here from Ghana, I will take your message back to Ghana. It's an inspiration story, and I will try to at least tell it as best as I can, but ask others to come and see what you have done and what you're doing.
Like other African countries, Mali celebrated the 35th edition of African Statistics Day on November 18th. This day is intended to raise awareness of the role and importance of statistics in economy and social life. In the run-up to this day, we bring you a message from the Minister of Economy and Finance, Alsen Sanu. Report by Tamsir Jabate and Maimouna DIARRA.
Faced with technological challenges, Mali has understood that it needs to modernize its statistical system quickly, and the government is now placing digital tools at the center of its actions, paving the way for more reliable and ambitious statistical production. This shift promises not only progress but a true revolution in the reliability of statistical data in Mali. Exactly. The opportunity offered by digital tools has made it possible to understand certain realities of populations, especially with regard to economic and social governance. It is therefore clear that the national statistical system is performing well, considering the reforms undertaken and the results recorded by the National Institute of Statistics. These efforts reflect the government's commitment to making the statistical system a secure source of data serving development. By celebrating this 35th day, Mali turns a page of the era of approximations. A new, clearer, more solid chapter is being written for a country that finally has a firm grasp on its statistical data.
The Minister for the Promotion of Women, Children and Families, Jara Janeba Sanoko, proceeded over the award ceremony for the winners of the public speaking competition organized as part of the 2025 International Day of the Girl Child celebrations. The aim of the competition is to help strengthen female leadership among young girls through public speaking. Report by Fanta Mama Nyatao and Gausu DIARRA.
International Day dedicated to the young girl was the opportunity to organize a competition about the arts of oratory for the young people. There were 12 people, 9 girls and 3 boys. They talked about an important theme. It was about crisis, marriage, impact, and perspective. This celebration of International Day dedicated to the young girl was the opportunity to encourage young girls to speak before public. That moment was special for young girls to learn how to speak. This celebration of this year will be unforgettable for the young generation. They are feeling better in participating in this celebration of International Day dedicated to the young girl.
In Ouagadougou, Digital Week was officially launched on Tuesday by the President of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. This edition is dedicated to artificial intelligence at the heart of digital transformation. The opening ceremony brought together government officials, digital experts, and young project leaders. From 18th to 21st November, conferences, panel discussion, technology demonstration, and professional meeting will be the highlights of this event in Ouagadougou. For more detail, Khadijatu Kone and Maria Kulubali.
Ouagadougou was of a digital capital this week. This year's theme was artificial intelligence at the heart of digital transformation. The event highlighted the growing role of AI in modernizing public services, businesses, and citizens' daily lives. In Burkina Faso, digital technology has become a key driver of development, innovation, and social transformation. With this edition, the authorities of the land of upright-men intend to strengthen the national digital ecosystem and encourage initiatives able to accelerate the country's digital transformation. Ghana was the guest of honor of this event. The Ghana Vice Minister of Digital Affairs commends the Burkinabe initiative and the importance of regional cooperation in technology development. Present at the opening ceremony, the President of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, reaffirmed the authorities' commitment to making digital technology a driving force for modernization and innovation, strengthening institutions, improving the quality of public services, and stimulating entrepreneurship, particularly among young people, through AI are key objectives. Ouagadougou's Digital Week welcomed a large Malian delegation led by the Minister of Digital Affairs, Alhamdou Aga Iliana. The AES countries intend to make AI a tool for peace and development.
We are heading to Belém, Brazil, where COP30 is currently being held. The Malian delegation, led by the Minister of Environment, Sanitation and Sustainable Development, is on site. Doumbia Mariam Tangara delivered a speech in which he took stock of the effects of climate change in Mali, emphasized the efforts made at the national level, and call for more funding for development projects related to climate change. Report by Sumela Berté and Maimouna Diarra.
1 week after the opening of the 30th United Nations Climate Change Conference in Belém, it is the minister's turn to speak from this platform, and it is the Minister of the Environment, sanitation, and sustainable development, who speaks for Mali. Mali's participation in this global climate conference in Belém is symbolic. Nevertheless, Cap3 is an opportunity for our country to reaffirm its commitment to the fight against climate change and, above all, an opportunity to mobilize resources to finance sustainable development projects in Mali. Climate risks are well known and affect key development sectors. Climate phenomena are addressed by initiatives at the national level. Furthermore, the minister in charge of the environment at the confederation level, IAS, add climate and environmental issues are at the heart of the main strategic priorities. The minister reiterated that faced with the climate emergency, the complexity of the task lies in strengthening climate governance before concluding that it is necessary to harmonize and simplify the process of accessing funds allocated to climate action.
For its second scientific day, the Malian Society of Pneumology focused on the theme of child survival. The conference aimed to alert the population to the dangers of pneumonia in children and adults and to provide an update for health specialists. Report by Hawa Adama Kulubali and Gausu DIARRA.
A persistent cough with chest pains, respiratory distress accompanied by a high fever that may reach 40 degrees Celsius. With children and adults, treatment is necessary, the doctor spoke. If treatment and care are started very early, the child will recover very quickly. Therefore, treating the child is paramount, especially vaccinating children during the rainy season.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of our program of today. We will be together next Saturday at 5:30 p.m. and Sunday at 10 a.m. for another English time. Same time, same channel, ORTM 1. May God bless Mali. Goodbye.